I will invoke the Alien Enemies Act of 1798. Think of that. That's how far back. That's when they had law and order. They had some tough ones. Think of it, the Alien Enemies Act of 1798. You hear that, Mr. Speaker? Get ready.
What is the Alien Enemies Act, and why has President Donald Trump invoked it to deport migrants? Here's everything you need to know. The Alien and Sedition Acts were a set of 4 laws enacted in 1798 that restricted immigration and free speech in the United States. They were passed by the Federalist Party, led by our second president John Adams, during an undeclared naval war with France. 2 of the laws expired in 1800, and another was repealed in 1802. However, the Alien Enemies Act remains in effect, although it's rarely been used. It gives the president sweeping wartime authority to deport non-citizens without being given the opportunity to go before an immigration or federal court judge. The Alien Enemies Act has been invoked 3 times since, each during a major conflict: the War of 1812, World War I, and World War II. Most recently, President Franklin D. Roosevelt infamously used it to imprison over tens of thousands of non-citizens of German, Italian, and Japanese descent, at the time all known as enemy aliens. The controversial law has now come back into light, and many are questioning its use. On March 16th, aboard Air Force One, Trump defended invoking the centuries-old act to deport hundreds of alleged members of the Venezuelan prison gang Tren de Aragua.
I can tell you this, these were bad people. Well, this is a time of war, because Biden allowed millions of people, many of them criminals, other nations emptied their jails into the United States. It's an invasion. This is war. In many respects, it's more dangerous than war because, in war, they have uniforms. You know who you're shooting at.
Chief Judge James Boasberg blocked the mass deportations. However, the Trump administration defied the federal judge's court order and flew more than 250 migrants from the U.S. to El Salvador, where they were sent to a notorious mega prison. The flights included 238 members of Tren de Aragua and at least 21 members of MS-13. This is headed to the Supreme Court, and we're going to win, a senior White House official told Axios. Trump is apparently making good on his campaign promise to crack down on illegal immigration, which he fully laid out at his rally at Madison Square Garden, just 9 days before the election.
On day 1, I will launch the largest deportation program in American history to get the criminals out. I will rescue every city and town that has been invaded and conquered, and we will put these vicious and bloodthirsty criminals in jail. We're going to kick them the hell out of our country as fast as possible. And to expedite removals of Tren de Aragua and other savage gangs like MS-13, which is equally vicious.
Following a decisive victory, and now less than 2 months into his second term, Trump's direct defiance of this latest court ruling comes as 2 other immigration stories divide America. Mahmoud Khalil, a Syrian-born, pro-Palestinian activist at Columbia University and a green card holder, was taken into ICE custody on March 8th. A week later, on March 14th, another green card holder, a New Hampshire man named Fabian Schmidt from Germany, was detained by ICE at Logan Airport, where he was reportedly stripped naked, put in a cold shower, and violently interrogated. It remains to be seen what crimes these men may have committed, if any.